Okay, so welcome to the Node.js Node API team meeting for February 10th, 2023. We'll follow our standard approach at looking at the things we've tagged for milestone 11. Does anybody have any announcements or news that they'd like to share before we do that? So welcome to the Node.js Node API team meeting for February. If not, I will share my screen here and find the right. No, not that. Share.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, if I want to discuss about the new release. So,
Okay, sure, we can start with that for sure.
Yeah, if you agree. Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So okay, so yeah, go for it.
In node.API repo, the issue 1278.
Yep, let me get there. This one, right? Yeah. Okay.
So I found the test that hangs up on Node.js version 16 and x86 platform. So I don't have idea why this happened, but it's we started to test against x86 platform 2 weeks ago, I think. So
right. Okay.
My idea is to release the version 6.
Yep.
And then fix the test. Maybe Kevin could help me because he created the test. So yeah.
Yeah, that I think because we talked a little bit last time. And
Yeah, but we have
this
test. I think. Yeah, the commit the Kevin's commit is 4 months old. So yeah, it's before the release 5.10, but we never discovered the problem because we cannot test against x86 platform before. So
yeah,
we always have the problem. So this is because I want to release the new release and then work to solve to fix the test.
right. So just to confirm my understanding, like looking at these commits, none of these actually affect either the function that the test is failing in or the test itself, other than we've turned on testing for x86, but otherwise we haven't changed anything that would affect the failure, right? Is what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I totally agree. Like we should just ship 6.0. That should not introduce anything out that we don't already have in our testing or anything like that. And makes sense to me. I don't know what other people think on the team here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'd like to know that does the test failure only fails on CI on x86? Because I've encountered a similar failure on GitHub Action, which is constantly failing, but I cannot reproduce it locally since it's on Windows. I'll post the link in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. Let me find
the PR number is 1273. Yeah.
Okay.
I've restarted the CI for 3 times, but it constantly failing on Windows 2019. But I don't have a Windows locally, so
That's this one right here,
Yeah.
right?
It seems like it's
Yeah, but
x86.
yeah, but it's always node 16 on x86 platform. Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's constantly failing. So yeah, it seems like it's the similar problem. Yeah, looks
Yeah,
good for me to release a new version. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it sounds like everybody's comfortable. Nicola, that yeah, what you suggest, everybody said, yep, go ahead, and we should ship the release.
I checked. It's the same block on async progress worker test. So yeah. Okay, I proceed to publish the release after the meeting. Just before of that, please don't merge anything. So
Yeah, I looked this morning. I was thinking maybe I should merge some stuff, and it's like, nope, we haven't got our 6 out. So
thank
yeah,
you.
won't do
Okay.
anything. Okay.
Yep. Thank you for making a release.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, any other news or discussion we should have before we jump into the regular agenda? If not, okay, let us look at so I've got the milestone up 11 here. Drive towards full coverage. Jack's not here today, but I do know we have a few issues to get reviewed and landed. But as we discussed, let's not do that until we have version 6 out there. So non-C language bindings to Node.js. I think, sorry, go ahead.
No news about this from
Okay, sounds good. Enable debugging. I haven't done anything.
Sorry.
So go ahead.
I just discovered a implementation about bringing Node API support to WASM.
Okay.
Who submitted a PR to Node add-on API repo?
Let me just take a look at which one is that. Is
it's the latest one, so yeah, it will be on the top of the list. It's the pull request. Yeah.
M now, is it right?
Yeah. This person is trying to scope threaded to scope. Sorry, maybe we can defer this topic. I just want to mention that this person is bringing Node API on top of the WASM implementation of the Node API.
yeah, no, that's good too. So let's put that into the news. So where is, I think we got what's new, right? Okay. Work to bring Node add-on API on top of WASM. Is that, or since I haven't read it, is that what you would say? Or go ahead.
Probably mscripton, or
Okay.
I'm not sure. I didn't play with WASM very much.
Okay.
I posted the link on the chat.
Is that the same one as what I just pasted here, 1283 or something different?
And
okay, no, that's the
yeah, that's their repository.
Okay. Okay. So maybe I'm gonna just copy that. And I'm gonna put that into the news. So and PR in Node add-on API. So what's that PR to This one, right? Okay.
Yeah. This PR is trying to scope
Okay.
classes that relate to thread works, so that people didn't enable thread on mscripting can still use node.js API.
Okay. I think that's PR 2. Okay, no, that's interesting news.
It will be conditionally make TSM fan available on mscripting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we can.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Conditionally upwards to. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that and see what that's doing. But that sounds interesting for sure.
I won't share this other thing. I passed it on the chat.
So this is this one. Okay. Okay, so this is like another similar thing, right?
Yeah. The purpose of this Nabi Wasp is to reuse the same module, no, in WebAssembly.
Okay.
Oh.
And another similar effort. Does that sound good? That what I just pasted sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's interesting to see that. Like, so I think the goal is like you've written something in that uses Node API, and we want to make those things runnable under WASM so that you can run them. I think that's interesting. Definitely, like they mentioned in the browser, it'll also be interesting to take a look and see like, and can you also use that to do the same thing in Node as well? So.
Michael, there is a small typo in your previous comment. Make TSF fan should have a space.
Yep, got it. Thanks. Okay, yeah, those are two interesting things to mention for sure. Any other, I guess, should be add-on API version based on our version 6.0 release today. Is that
yeah today.
Okay. That's probably good news to include as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it would be nice to reverse order of his comments, right? Somehow. So latest one will be on top, right?
Yeah, after I will attach the changelog. So I just update your comment, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, that sounds great. You're right. I see what you're saying, Vladimir. Like it'd be nice to see the most recent at the top, but I think the only way we could do that is just have like one comment that we would edit every time. But I don't think yeah,
it's
probably easier because I think we want people to be able to post stuff that aren't necessarily like us who can edit the existing ones.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, any other news or anything like that? No? Okay. And I think anybody should feel free to just post something into that issue as well, like in advance or And we should probably review to see if people have posted anything in there each time. So I'll try and remember to do that next time. So we have, I'm just going to skip through. Let's look at stale issues. That's the next one. I don't think we've added any other. I think the first couple are related. The first one's related, I think, is it to, maybe not. This one is related to, right. So Kevin's been helping out, provided some stuff from Valgrind, and, you know, it's progressing, I think. So I don't know that there's anything for us to discuss there. I think this one, is this the documentation one? So this is feature bits. I think what I'm going to do is lost on feature bits so that we can know that right off the top of the, without having to go in. This one.
Yeah, it's about the runtime semantics versioning.
Right, okay.
We'll just send an email to Dino's team.
Yeah.
They didn't respond, apparently. So I probably will need to reach out to Luca again next week. So yeah, let's see how they respond. In case, anyway, I believe we can proceed with Vladimir's PR once we addressed NS command, which is on the embedded API for the new function. That we can get back to that later when we visited the PR.
Okay, sounds good. This one, I think this may be right. So this is the documentation update, which I know I haven't had a chance to go back and comment on, but it's waiting on documentation update. Let's put that in. This one then is,
yeah, I still didn't.
Yeah, that's just a sample. I'm just going to put it in here. Just waiting of sample to example. That's fine. So, okay. So I think that's it. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about in terms of these. We'll talk about the runtime. Well, I think we just touched on the runtime semantics, which Zhenzong mentioned the next step. So that's good. And the PR that Vladimir has open, we can, when we look through the issues in the node repo, we can look at that one. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I have some 2-3 issues that are in stale in Node.js API.
Okay.
So we can take a look. So the first is 1219.
This one, right? Yeah.
Okay, so the discussion started here, but it's also in the node core repo. So the issue is linked. So what do you want to do? So we can remove stale and continue to have this issue, or maybe we can close and all the discussion will continue on the node core.
Yeah, I think Vladimir, you're leading that discussion in node core. So what's your take? Should we leave this one open or say, let's close it and then we can reopen once that discussion closes?
We can close it for now, I guess it's better to have one discussion so people can discover stuff in one place. And we can reopen this one after we changed core, and we need to look into changing Node API, Node add-on API on top of core.
Okay, so that sounds good, and I'll close. Vladimir, that sound what I type sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll close that. Okay, what's the next one?
1220.
1220. Right. I think I think on this one, I suggest we just close it, right? We asked for a sample. I'll say based on discussion in Node API team meeting today, we are going to close as we don't have minimal reproduce. Please. Okay, we'll close that one.
Then we have 1190.
Right, okay.
I think that we should add this at our list of stale issue. So yeah, and I won't take to work on this issue because there are some models that are the native models that link at the issue about the same problem. I want to investigate about this.
Okay, so let me go back then to the here and stale issues. So yeah, okay. So basically, we will add that here. Is going to take a look, right?
Yeah.
Comment there, and then I think this one we want to remove the stale, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, sounds good. Any others that we should go through? Oops, here maybe. Were those all the ones on your list, Nick, or this?
No, okay. I don't have any other.
Okay. Okay.
For me, it's
Sounds
okay.
good. Okay, so we've talked about the stale issues, the memory leaks. I don't think there's anything new there. Now I'm just looking at contacts for each of the runtimes. Right, I think that's still a good one to so each of the runtimes. So maybe Chenzong, I don't know if you're sending another email to the Luke at Dino, maybe that's worth asking as well in that one. And hey, do you mind if we add you to like a mailing list or something like that?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I can reach out to them.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, what's new? We talked about that. Okay, so we can look then at issues raised by module owners, and I will flip over to Node add-on API. And so in terms of pull requests, so that one I think we talked about. This one I know there's been some discussion, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still fixing the CI.
Okay. So Ray, I don't think I see anything too new there. There's still some of the test related stuff that Jack's worked on, so we would be good to get reviewed. And so after the release goes out, we can go take a look at some of those. Any of them that people think we should talk about?
The PR for the external buffers is ready to be reviewed, except the CI is waiting for the async worker test on
Right.
x86. Yeah.
Okay, so this one right here, I think we could in the short term agree that like for that particular failure, we can make that non-blocking, right?
Yeah. The PR has been changed significantly after your review last time.
Okay.
So it will be
Okay.
good if you can take a look again.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, and then so looking at then the issues. I see we have a few questions. That one's and I see Jack is okay. There's some good discussion going on there. Okay, so this one I don't know, but hopefully, guess just waiting on somebody to have some time to take a look. Next release we talked about. So we talked about this one. So I don't know if there's anything else that's top of people's mind to discuss. If not, I'm going to flip over to Node. I'm going to go to issues. I'm going to say it's an issue. Well, now it starts to I've typed it enough times, it's popping up. This is the one this is the one that Chenzong you were mentioning, right?
Yeah, right. Anna has left a review comment last week, I believe. And
was it this one or which one were you yeah.
The last one.
Right, okay.
Yeah. We add linked binding is an embedded API. So embedders can add bindings that is already linked into the final binary. So the add-on doesn't need to be registered or to be loaded by DL open. So we probably need a alternative API for embedders to register the linked binding with the version, let's say version getters too. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find the code where that comment was linked against. Maybe that's this one. No.
No, it's not in this PR. It's the node.h.
Right. No. Okay. So, but okay. Let me find that. If I go to, it's the easiest way to do that. File maybe code. So node.h, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Add a linked binding. Yeah. Currently, we are registering linked binding for Node API with the API module structure. So probably we'll need another method to register Node API modules with two Node API initializer function. Notably, we don't guarantee the API safety for embedded, so I think it's perfectly fine to deprecate the add linked binding with the API module structure.
Right. I think her ask is just that we add another method that will basically add another method that doesn't require the module structure for initialization.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first step.
Yeah. So I think that makes sense. So Vladimir, does that make sense to you? Like, it's basically, we're not removing any of the ability to use the native module. So, but to be consistent, we should add another add link binding option, which doesn't require the module.
Okay, I'll have a look. I was not aware about this method of registration. Yeah, and I totally missed this feedback. Strange. I didn't get notifications. Ouch.
Notifications are hard sometimes.
Yeah, especially the Node.js repo has large notifications every day.
Okay, I'll have a look to understand how we should do it.
But yeah, and Shenzhen, thanks for bringing that up, because like I read that comment, I'm like, I don't quite get it. But now that you've pointed us to the code and everything, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to just add that. Shouldn't be too hard, I think, to add that extra functions.
Yeah, I hope it will be helpful.
Yeah. And what did you answer about SAM version? We still want to have major one?
No, I believe it's removed. Is that right?
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question? What was the question there again? It was the.
Remember, Ada, she added this comments that it should be major SAM version.
Oh, Sember, yeah, I know. She agreed.
Yeah.
She agreed that like it, it could be Sember minor. So I actually changed the tag to, we look at the PR now. It should be just Sember minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so no, that's good. That so let me get back to the list we were looking at. I can go all the way back. Right. Okay. This one I think we touched on. I know, Vladimir, you've been working and talking on that one. Anything worth mentioning this week?
Yeah, just last time I asked you if you could look at these proposed APIs. I definitely need to kind of go ahead and implement them. I didn't do it yet.
Right.
But yeah, if I was asking team if you guys can just at least skip through this proposal to see if something would. It's a kind of filled from the bottom.
Yep.
New APIs to add. So thank you. To summarize them, it's pretty much one of them is proposal to add strings which can be unified, unique string creation, which can be used for more efficient property name creation. And another one is pretty much how to create objects faster if we have a factory just set of name value pairs. Yeah, it's this one. Like in JavaScript, we have something called like object dot from entries. And this one kind of simulates the same behavior, but a little bit more. So we either can provide this optional object template. We're pretty much saying that we would like to create objects which will be exactly the same. Internally in V8, each object has associated some kind of hidden class. So the idea is that we may reuse the same hidden class to create clones of the same template. Or if it's not provided, then we just create a new one based on name value pairs provided.
Okay. So yeah, no, thanks for the reminder to go take a look at that one.
And I believe if we do it for object, let's do it also for arrays. We may also create more efficient arrays if we know something up front.
Right.
And then the last three functions is about creating these strings which can be used as a keys for property keys.
Right. Okay. Should that be? Yeah. My one thought is like, is does it have to be specific to property, or is that one, should that be like special strings or something?
I don't know. Last time we discussed, it was unfortunately two of us in this meeting. We discussed it, and I promised to look at what Hermes does, and I saw like Hermes pretty much has the same system. They never have a string. Each string internally has like special flags that unique string or not unique string, so it can be more efficiently used.
Right. I'm mostly thinking about the name, like because this says create property key, but like, should it be create unique string, or like, my question is like, are the same optimization, is it just for properties, or is it like actually more generic than that?
It can be more generic, I guess, yes.
So like, it's like create special string or create, I don't know what it would be, but like, instead of tying it to properties, like somehow find a name that communicates that it's like, if you have a string that you're going to use a lot,
right,
this is the way to create it. This maybe.
Let's name it unique string. So yeah. So the main goal is actually make it internalized string, right? Like something which you could use. Whenever you compare internalized strings, instead of comparing them by content, you can compare them by pointer. So it's kind of main.
So is that the like create internalized string?
Right. Okay. So internally, then we keep in all these property names inside of object model. So if the string is internalized, they don't compare content of the string anymore. They only compare pointers. So it makes looking up properties much faster.
Or create optimized string, or like some name like that sounds like would basically be, if you're going to use, you don't make all your strings optimized, but like for the ones that matter the most, create them as optimized strings. And then we can describe that, like, engines may be able to do performance enhancements such as blah, blah, blah,
Okay. Yeah, I can do it. So you pretty much suggesting, like, instead of using something very specific targeting keys, let's use more broader term, which would simply kind of underline that this is very specialized optimized string or like unique string. Okay.
Yeah, and then like in the description of it and documentation, we can call out like property keys as a very specific case. Like, if, for example, one of the places you might want to use this is like property keys that you're going to use a lot, right? Or, that kind of thing.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. That's just I'll take another more close look, but that's the first thing that pops to my mind as looking at it. So.
And some other developers suggest that I don't have a specialization for int32 arrays because we already have typed arrays. I don't know. I want opinion from this group as well. Because I know like internally V8 has some optimizations for int32 and doubles. And
right. The difference here is that you're providing more than one array entry at a time. Do our existing APIs let you have like this? I thought, just looking at the surface says, okay, I can pass you 20 or 10,000 entries in the array all at one time, as opposed to having to add them one by one. Or do we already have an API that lets you create?
So think about like int array. Like so today we only have API adding them one by one, but before we add this value, we need to create a number first. So you can't just simply pass array of integers for normal kind of JavaScript array. You could do it for typed array, but for normal JavaScript array, we don't have such APIs. Right.
Okay.
So effectively, every kind of creation would require extra function call per value. Whereas here we can just simply pass array for most kind of maybe common case. Not common case, but most optimized case. So technically, this API is about how to make working with JavaScript engine faster. So it will actually.
Right. Okay. And so, but the comment was like, you can already do that for typed arrays. So do we really need it for untyped arrays?
Yeah. And yeah. The difference between typed arrays and normal arrays, typed arrays are fixed size. So once they're created, they can't change. But normal arrays, we can be considered the initial value, and after that, people can add or remove values.
As well as typed arrays can only have one type, right? Well, I guess
Right.
in this case, these are all a single type. They're an array with int32s in them.
Right. So even it's almost the same, but not exactly the same. It's my point.
Right. Yeah. The other question that comes to mind here is that something that has to be, I guess it's because we're passing in a certain set of values, like we're passing in native things, not values, which we would have to create one by one. So yeah, okay, I can get the.
If you
okay.
have time, please review it and
Yeah.
please read whatever I put on top, or just kind of.
Yeah.
Because below is just kind of and just read this description above.
Yeah. So if everybody can take a look and comment, that would be great.
Okay, would be nice. Yes, thank you.
Okay. I guess there aren't any other new ones. Are there any other ones that we should chat about, or?
Yeah, it was 2 PRs, like 2 issues which on top of my mind. Thank you.
Okay, I think if there aren't any others there, then we can probably call it for today, unless there's some other topic we have to chat about. If not, well, thanks for your time and the good discussion as always. And again, Nicola, thanks for going ahead and doing the publish of the next release. And we'll see everybody next time.